How's everybody doing today?
Okay. Doing all right.
I'm pretty good.
Pretty good.
Oh, you're already streaming. I wasn't expecting that. Okay.
Yeah, I told you I started. That was like the most awkward start. No, we're good. We're good. Yeah, we're back for another week of Dungeons and Dragons with the gang, and some spicy shit's about to go down. And what we'll do is what we did last time. When last we left our heroes, Gnome, would you mind recapping what had happened?
So, friends and I went into the big spooky cave. Fortunately, I had a fire stick, which made things viewable. I do not know what you lowlanders call it in your tongue, but fire stick. Good. We saw men with dogs, and they had crossbows that were very sharp and very painful, and they shot me, and I did not like that, so I stabbed them, and also other friends stabbed them a lot, and then they got dead, which was unfortunate because we tried to make them surrender, but they weren't having it. And then the bad halfling came out, and I tried to stab him, and that didn't work. So I tried to stab him again, but harder, and that really worked. And then Silent Friend punched him in the head. Fortunately, the orcs, who were like really stand-up guys, and they're really nice, and they're just like, we like power, and you're a really ripping dude. And so now they're Shaka's friends, and we're gonna be heroes together. We also got treasures because, like I said, they're really nice guys, and we're all just really, really super excited to be here because we're all friends. And you know what? We're gonna rock out, and we're gonna be amazing. So we should go back to town and give the church this halfling guy.
Understandable. And hearing that through Shaka's point of view is quite interesting as always. And considering that you had some new friends who were very kind enough to bring some barrels filled with black powder over to you, you've got that at your disposal as well. And not to mention that there's this halfling who has been knocked out and tied up by your other friend, Calypso, who is now just standing over him menacingly. That said, what do you guys do?
Where's my map?
Oh, I will give that to you guys. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
I got you.
I think my character's just gonna have a peek around the cavern a little.
Yeah, that's fair.
For anything of interest.
Well, where do you want to go? It's kind of up to you. I can tell you now that with the way things are and how combat went through, there's no perceivable danger that would have been called out to assist in that battle there, and you've got free reign.
All right. So yeah, what do I notice? I'm just looking around. What do I see in this area? Because we've only been in this area so far.
So regarding the surrounding area, it's a pretty open ice cavern. That said, you can see around you icicle stalactites from the ceiling, snow and ice on the floor. Other than that, the structure in the center, it doesn't seem to be made by humans or dwarves even. As a matter of fact, the only one who would see any sort of resemblance in architecture would be Shaka. This is something that Goliath or even Giantkin would make, that these should we say bandits or even regular thugs had commandeered for themselves. And the banner that you see hung up there, where Shaka's token is, That is a blue banner with the markings of a wolf, kind of looking similar to the tattoos that these thugs, these ruffians had.
Can I take a closer look at the kind of structure thing and kind of just examine it to see if it is, if I get any vibe from it, or, you know, kind of do maybe a history check on it?
Sure, go ahead and roll history. As you're taking a look at this, it's familiar, yet it doesn't seem to click with you. You can see that whatever it is, like the material is sturdy, it's durable. The craftsmanship is very, very fine. However, like you can't really put specificities to what this building's purpose is.
This was built good.
So, Farah, as Seven is walking around, does anything catch your eye? I don't know where you've been. I've been, like, zoomed in on the screen this entire time, so...
Well, I was just... I was... So what... Okay. Yeah, he's just kind of looking for any other pathways to any other parts of the cavern. Is what he's kind of doing. Everything looks kind of high up to him, though, because, you know, he's so tiny.
You do be kind of small, don't you?
Yeah. See, I think he's like 2 feet tall, right? I don't know. All my tabs are all messed up on my character sheet. Maybe I need to reopen this.
Yeah, I can't even open your character sheet from the thing now. You are about 2 feet tall.
2 feet.
Just a little man squirming around.
But you know, he's just looking around to see if there's any other parts of the tunnels that we haven't seen. Basically, he's being a nosy.
Well, assuming that you've been like exploring this cavern, like going into like going in a circle, you can see like stairs leading right here to a semi-lit area. It's lit by a couple of lanterns, and as you kind of poke your head over, climbing over a couple of these steps and seeing what it is, you can see that this is where these guys had grabbed the barrels from. Like, you see a couple of barrels, a minecart, some rope, and a shovel over there, and a couple of the barrels are empty. You can assume that this is where they were like mining to get further down into these mines. But that said, as you kind of loop around some more, like as you pass by these orcs, just to kind of get a glance of what's going on, you see another room that is full of these geysers that seem to be pulsating with this blue light. And as you continue your rounds about this cavern, there's another area that seems to be like a den, pretty much behind where Jaegervold is, where that housed the wolves. And further down on the bottom right, you're going to see a larger room with a bunch of barrels and crates. It seems to give an appearance of like a storage room. However, the most notable feature is like this giant door on the far end, and it seems to have symbols all marked throughout it. Some runic text as well. However, it seems to be sealed shut.
Okay. Well, after he's done kind of looking around, he's gonna come back over here and return back to Shaka, and he's gonna be like, "Hey, Shaka.
That is Shaka's name. How can Shaka be helping you today?
Yes. Caves. This cave is very, very, very big. Yes. Very, very big.
And it's ours now.
Lots of paths. What do you want to do, Shaka?
Well, we have the bad halfling. We should take him back to town. And we should then come back here and maybe explore. Because like I don't want to leave the bad halfling just tied up because he's very sneaky. Like he's very strong and could break the ropes, and then we'd have to chase him. And he's really fast, and that would be hard, and that would, and it would mean that he might not face justice. So we should go and we should have him face justice, and then come back, and then like find new things out here. Maybe bring people who are good at mapping.
Yes, this makes sense, Shaka.
Calypso's gonna move.
Take little people and bring to town.
Calypso's going to move on the other side of Jaegervold, kind of ready to pick him up. And before he does that, he's going to take out a piece of paper and he's going to scrawl on it. And as he flips it, it seems to be a rough depiction of like a stick figure nodding his head in agreement.
Silent Friend has new trick. I like this. Can you draw a birdie?
He just shakes his head.
Yay! All right. I'm gonna move to go ahead and pick Jaeger up, put him on my shoulder, and as we walk back, we go back to town now, or we hang out here more.
Oh, Shaka, I have idea. Very smart idea. Very, very smart. Why not have Orc Friend or Big Orc thing, watch Cave?
That probably is a smart idea.
As you say that, Gaston is going to look over towards you, Seven, and he says, "Me watch cave well. Me have done that for many days. Me and friends can do that easily. Right, Sugarad and Lumdum?" And they go, "Hut, hut. Yes, we can." Almost in sync.
Yes. Good. Seven's gonna kind of shy a little bit away from the orcs a bit. They're very. How big are they?
These guys are like 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
Just like they're still smaller than Shaka, but they're really beefy lads. And
So they're basically giants to me.
yeah, and Gashina even says as well, "You friends of Shaka are second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh in command to us. We bow down to Shaka and friends. We follow orders. We follow orders well. This cave no one will enter." And they take out their axes, and they seem to be excited over this concept of defending this cave for you guys.
They're very keen.
Well, Shaka, you lead. I get lost easily.
Do you want to ride on Shaka again?
Oh, yes, this is good. Yes, very tiny feet. You have big feet.
I'll go ahead and get down and like motion for him if he wants to get on my shoulders, and also I'll motion to Darts if he wants to too, and even Calypso if he's down. Like I got a back, big ol' back.
I'll climb onto his shoulder. Yeah.
Calypso's merely gonna back away as he's reserved to himself. And the funny thing is, like, I'm imagining you carrying Jaegervold in like one shoulder, and then on the other shoulder, you got Seven just like ready to adventure, but not walk around on his own. It's kind of comical. Darts, what do you do at this gesture, though?
I'm gonna follow them, just quietly. Still kind of like visibly scarred, like psychologically from the beating that we had earlier.
Yeah, that's kind of fair. You're not looking too hot. All right.
Is friend hurt?
Yeah, a bit. I could swear I heard the Reaper calling.
I'm gonna pat Darts on the back and say, you did really well there, and I'm gonna use my lay on hands to go ahead and heal you 10 HP.
Oh, nice.
And Lowe's gonna comment as well. He's gonna pretty much raise his hand as he's holding his the picture in his locket. He says, "Any chance you could spare some of that for me too?" as he coughs up a little bit of blood.
Sure, and I'll go ahead and cast, well, no, I don't have any spell slots. I used those to break Yargarvold's, most of him.
How do I heal?
So if you go to your character sheet, you'll see a stat called WND, or
Yep.
Wounded. Basically, you're going to be taking, minus 10 of that, because the higher that goes towards your max HP, the closer you are to death.
And how do I minus it?
What you can do is just enter it manually, just do the math, so 13 minus 10, so your wounded would be at 3.
No, but like, what do I do?
Just type 3 in where it says wounded. You should be able, yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
manual.
was selecting the box.
You might also be able to do it right in the combat tracker too, but I don't know how that looks on the player side of things.
Well, I definitely feel better now.
I'm sorry, I don't have any more.
He's just gonna wave his hand aside and he says, "It's fine. It was my fault for getting in the situation that I was in earlier. I should be grateful that you spared me at minimum. I will accompany you back to Miner's Haven. I've got business to do there, as I had promised Darts." Well then, shall we be off?
Whoops.
You're gonna see Calypso, his Aaron, and his wolf just patiently waiting, ready for somebody to lead. And I think the marching order was Shaka in front.
Is there a reason I can move that one care that got? I can move them?
Yeah, it's because what Fantasy Grounds does is if a character isn't assigned to a player, the token can be basically picked up by everybody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm on until I can't speak. I'm on Shaka's shoulders, so my marching order is the same as Shaka's. So.
All right, and if we're ready to go, I'll just go ahead and start leading people out while singing badly the new theme song for Shaka and Friends.
As you begin singing, and I'm going to say, like, at this point, you guys are out of the cave, and you see Lumdum, Sugarad, and Gashna. They've got their axes ready, and they're on the lookout. Anlo's going to look at you, and he says, "That song, that sounds familiar. Was that taught to you at some sort of monastery of Fae?" He says the lyrics might be a little off, but it just sounds familiar.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
That song you're muttering to yourself, is it? Did you hear that in some sort of monastery of Fae?
No.
I must be thinking something else. My bad. I'm sorry. And he kind of like quietly, almost embarrassedly, picks up the pace as if to create distance between you two.
Was that weird to anyone else?
Nope.
Okay, Seven, you wouldn't lie to me, right? I'm not good at things.
I have no idea who Weird Man even is. I don't know. I thought everything. It was weird. Yes.
Okay, well, it's okay. We're all a little weird. Let's head back to town, and we can give the bad halfling to the nice man, and then we can work on maybe rebuilding the church, and everybody can be happy.
All right. Well, while you guys are on your way back to town, you are going to encounter something. As you're following the roads that are leading, or not road, well, kind of. It's like a path in the wilderness that you've created, but it kind of converges into a smaller, not so much smaller. It's a path. Damn it, I'm mincing words. Anyways, as you're following along, you are going to find yourselves listening to something in a like a ridge that is a little ways ahead. Give me a second. I will give you guys the map there. And there we go.
Oh no, the question marks. I've always hated the question marks.
I'm glad it wasn't just me.
Question marks.
Yeah, nothing had rendered properly, so.
Oh, gotcha. Alright, well, now that you guys have properly rendered, Jaegervold is still passed out on the shoulder of Shaka. However, you hear the sound of goblins up ahead. Like, Shaka can even see them from where he stands. So can you, Seven. And you see that kind of like hunched underneath a large tree is this large like hunk of metal, and these three goblins, well, specifically two of them on the ground, are like poking at it while one is riding a great beast, remarking, "Hey, this can be brought back to the mines. The boss can use this. I mean, look at this weaponry as it happens to pick up one of this thing's limbs. It's like a large metallic arm, and he's holding it about, kind of waving it willy-nilly. What do you guys do?
Ooh, Shaka, you see?
New friends?
Maybe? Little green things.
Yes, they are green, and they could be friends, or are they hitty friends or nice friends?
I don't know. They haven't spotted us, I think. Can you put me down, please, Shaka?
Oh, of course. And I'll drop down and let him get off.
All right, I'm gonna jump off Shaka's shoulders just to I'm gonna kind of creep up a bit closer.
Okay. As you make your way closer, you don't need to make a stealth check. They're not paying attention to you guys right now. The one riding the beast, he goes, yes, he could be useful. I mean, look at that there. If we can reprogram him, he could be quite deadly. Imagine that. One of flame, one of us. Seven, what do you do?
What do I? So do I see what they're looking at?
Yeah. Describe yourself, please, Quantum.
So you ever seen like the Rock'em Sock'em robots?
Yeah.
So imagine like one of those, but instead of like a normal head, you just put like one of those old-timey cameras that has like the strap on the side of it, and it's all black. I mean, there's some like some yellow parts that show some dangerous areas, like pneumatics even.
So you're a
But
camera head.
You're camera head. You're looking at a Warforged. That's the long and short of it. And the other thing is, it looks like it's covered itself in like almost like a net of leaves to try and camouflage itself into this tree where it has some bushes that are clearly dead. So the fact that there is something with life around these dead bushes is probably what made them stick out.
Would I realize that he is even a living creature that they're poking at, or am I just seeing?
Like as they pick up this thing's arm, what happens? Do you awaken, or are you staying in this defunct state?
I am still offline.
Yeah,
Unless
so
they ping me on Discord.
so as far as you know, this thing doesn't seem to be responsive. It's as if they're playing with just inanimate object.
Okay, I'm gonna move back to Shaka real quick. Yes, Shaka. They little green things look like they are poking at something, and well, did I hear that I assume I heard what they were talking about. Right?
Oh yeah, they're
Were they
talking.
about making something very strong and powerful.
Yeah, they're talking quite loudly about it too.
They're talking about turning the pile of junk into a powerful thing. Shaka.
Ooh, that sounds fascinating.
What do you want to do?
I want to go say hello.
As you say that, the goblin kind of moves over to the other side, and he looks over to his boss and he says, "Hey, so what do you want to do with this thing?" Well, we're going to have to pick it up somehow. Perhaps our pet here can drag it. And he doesn't get off, and he says, "Could you perhaps grab some rope and tie it around its feet? It seems like the easiest way to bring this to where we need to go." "Yes, we can." And they move over almost to like fireman carry this this giant object themselves. And when they do, one of them puts its hand on like your chest cavity. Quantum, do you do anything at this point? Do you activate?
No, but I will mention that I am 300 pounds of a hulking mass of metal.
Okay, so as they try to lift you, nothing happens, and they say, "Boss, little help?" He says, "No, you can do that yourselves, peons. You know how to tie up a rope. You can do it. Well, at least back up a little bit. Can't you do that?" "Fine. Wognog, back up." As the beast backs up a space, allowing for ease of access to the rope and your feet and the beast's backside. Camera pans back to the party. What are you guys doing?
Shaka's just gonna walk forward and say, "Hello, hello, new friends. How are you today?"
Do I know anything? Do I see this?
Yeah, you've been watching along this entire time. Like, you can hear them. It's a little difficult for you to see because you're a bit shorter than Shaka, but you can hear it.
I am. While Shaka. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, do I know anything about Warforged?
Roll for me a history check.
Ooh, my character sheet thing's being weird.
Yeah, that was mine too. I think it's just something updated wrong.
Yeah, I think that might have happened because there's like 3 updates in quick succession. And nice 19. So, yes, you've heard of Warforged before, as a matter of fact. You've seen a couple in your life as a pirate in the Kalaginas region, as they are constructs who have a soul inserted into them, giving them life. More life than your average construct as well. Like, these are actually considered living beings, as far as you know. They've got emotions. They don't have like human needs. They don't need to sleep. They don't need to eat. But they still function and share some qualities that other civilized races do.
And I would know that those are goblins, right?
Oh, absolutely. You can tell just by listening in on them.
And that
and the
they
smell
aren't going to do anything in our favor.
I am, as Shaka approaches them. By the way, I am going to kind of go over here and hide behind the rocks in an area where I can still like watch everything.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're good. At this point, I'm actually gonna have you roll stealth check with an advantage.
Stealth check with advantage. All right.
Yep. And you know what? I'm gonna have Aaron and his wolf follow in tow. Ooh, that's good. That's really good.
Where are the goblins at on the map?
They are to the right, to the east.
I see the Warforged, but I don't see any goblins.
Uh-oh. You should be able to see them. They're unhidden.
Are they near the Warforged?
Yeah, they're all right by him.
Yeah, I see him, but nothing else.
Does he have a low light vision? Is that why?
Oh, maybe. Shouldn't have anything to do with it, though. This map doesn't have dark vision enabled at the moment.
Yeah, no, I just don't see anything other than the Warforged.
Try closing the map and I'll reshare it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, maybe when that reloaded thing happened, it seems like the
There we go.
one of the
Yeah.
updates broke stuff.
Oof. Well, now that you can see them, they're ugly motherfuckers, aren't they?
Can I go ahead and, like, I don't know, step back a little bit and then take a shot at one of them? What is that big thing?
That seems to be a mount that they're trying to tie a rope to, which is also tied to the Warforged. And the Goblin boss he's wearing like a red cloak and almost like a horned crown. You see him; he's got a whip in hand, he's got a scimitar in the other, and he's even cracking the whip at the goblins and the Warforged as he's saying, "Come on, hurry up, damn it!" And when Shaka approaches him, what does Shaka say again?
Hello, new friends. It's nice to meet you. Are we gonna be friends, or is Shaka gonna have to fight?
As that happens, the creature, he bares its fangs and starts drooling at you. It seems to be quite hungry, and the boss says, "Friends? We don't need friends! We have a cult backing us, thank you! And mind, you are being quite rude in intruding on our plans." At this point, Darts, are you taking your shot?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot.
Perfection. Go ahead and target one of them.
I would also like to interject.
Okay, go ahead.
I would like to wake up and say, well, then I don't want to be your friend either. And I cast Thunderwave.
Oof. Okay.
Damn. Oh, damn.
Do I still get to take my shot?
You do get to take a shot.
Okay. I'll take a shot at the closest one to me.
Oh,
Ooh, nat 20.
I succeeded against
Oh, nat 20 as well. So you're taking the one shot at the closest one, so the boss, or?
Did they see me, by the way?
Oh, okay. I will say yes, since you didn't roll stealth.
Okay. So let's go ahead and roll that. It's 12 damage with one shot.
Amazing. And wait, which one was this? This was...
The one closest to me. So I guess it would be the boss.
Gotcha. Okay.
His little head.
For 12 damage?
Yeah.
Alrighty. As that happens, the first thing that hits him is the shot, and it goes right into his shoulder. And he says, "Ah! You little..." And as soon as that happens, this Warforged speaks and casts his Thunderwave. And from the looks of things, there's a lot of successes.
Well, at least they take half as much damage.
Yeah, so there's 2 failures. So Assassin and the boss end up getting knocked. Which assassin was that? 1? How many feet back?
Let me see. 10 feet away.
Alright, and go ahead and roll damage for me as well. And that should automatically apply. Perfection. Okay, so basically what you had seen is the goblin boss ends up getting hit with the arrow and just immediately flies back as this Warforged comes to, and you hear a loud, like, thunder crack. Alright, roll initiative. And when that happens, the goblin boss says, "No! I should not be knocked on the ground like this! You peons will pay!" And it looks like Seven is going to go first. What do you do?
So I'm hidden. How tall are these rocks?
These rocks, they're about 15 feet tall.
Oh my.
They're a bit large, so whenever you snuck up on them, I'm going to say that you climbed them relatively easily. But in combat, it counts as rough terrain.
Okay, so I was already on top of the rocks, is what you were saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to take a shot at. Oh, who do I want to? Probably go after the closest one first. Can I see this, the goblin boss, or is this tree in the way?
So the tree, if I were to draw a little thing for you, it would only be in the center, so yes, you would be able to see him. He has no cover. If he was close to the tree, then I would say, yeah, he's got cover, but no, you're good from where you are.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take, it was a control click, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna take a shot at the goblin boss then, from my cover.
Go for it.
Oh god, none of my tabs are labeled right now, so I have to figure out which one is, weapons. There it is. Okay, wait. Oh no, I don't think that would work, would it? Because it's too far away.
What's going on?
I'm gonna say pack tactics, but yeah, no, it's too far.
Yeah, it is too far.
Okay, so I will roll for the sling.
Wait, does Thunderwave knock prone?
Let me check. They are pushed 10 feet away from me.
Oh, yeah.
That is all.
Gotcha. So he's knocked off of the ward, and he's not prone. He's just standing there. But either way, you did end up missing. And as you shot that sling, you know, it still cracks like it would a whip. He looks over you and he says, "Damn it! Enemies are coming out of the woodworks! Get ready to flee!"
Oh no.
Oop. Moving the wrong thing here.
Goblin thing to do, to be honest.
Well, actually, we are in a tundra biome right now. There are no woodworks to speak of.
What do you do?
Oh, I can't even see my ammunition anymore.
Oh, wow.
And then because, yeah, everything's messed up. Oh, jeez. What do I do? Is it still my turn? I don't.
No, unless you have any movement, it would be the Warforged turn.
Okay.
So I take it you're not moving. So, Quantum, what does your Warforged do?
Well, I'm going to stand up from being prone. How does the warg react to this thunder wave?
The warg kind of just shrugs it off as it looks towards you. While you are personally not made of flesh, it recognizes you as a threat, and it knows that you can potentially harm it.
Okay. You noted that they tried to tie me up with rope. Am I tied to this warg?
You notice that your ankles have a very shoddy knot to them. But yes, you are quote in quotation tethered to this warg.
Will I have to use my action to step out of this knot?
No, it is a very shoddy knot. You could move a step and the knot would come undone.
Okay. I will move one step and the knot would come undone. And I will turn to the goblin assassin. And I'll punch him.
Okay. You know, the goblin assassin, he pulls out a, what does he have? He's gonna be pulling out a scimitar and a dagger, and while he's got that in hand, he's not expecting to be sucker punched, so let's see it.
Ooh, I didn't set up the attack, so I'm just gonna roll this manually. Yeah, I'll set it up between turns.
Okay, that's fine.
Ah! You know what? I don't need to set it up this turn after all.
Oh no.
Okay, this
That's
is
crazy.
This is kind of free. That's for you.
That is pretty rough.
As you miss, it kind of laughs at you, and he says, "Maybe we're in the wrong, boss. Look at him, all flimsy, just flopping around. He's so weak. That doesn't matter right now. There's more of them down there, you dolt. Either kill him immediately or run." "Wow, boss, never seen you like this before. Angry, aren't you? Maybe I should be the new boss." "You jabbering oaf, listen to me!" They seem to be fighting amongst themselves. Is there anything else you can do?
Let me see. There's nothing else that I wish to do.
Alrighty. The wolf that has been on your team, he's gonna make his way around this way. Just kind of, in case they decide to run, Aaron and the wolf are like taking point, so those exits are blocked off. Your orc friends are not in this combat, so it would make it to be the boss's turn. What the boss is going to do, he is going to quickly climb up the warg and mount. And when he's mounted, he's going to yell out, and he's going to say, "You fools, listen! It is time to flee! There's only one way to go, and that is away from here! Run!" And the warg and him are going to get ready to run away, provoking an attack of opportunity from the Warforged.
Okay. Well, I didn't get the weapon set up, so here comes another d20 roll. That is +2 +3, so +5.
Okay, is that on the warg or the goblin boss?
I'm gonna attack the warg.
Okay. That is going to...
2 damage.
That's going to hit. So, just 2 damage?
Yeah, let me see. I think there's some additional... No, that's it for now.
All right. So what does your attack look like anyway?
So you ever think about like a power fist from Fallout?
Yes.
That's kind of what we're looking at here. You're just seeing like a pneumatic arm, just kind of forcefully punching something, and then you hear like a kerchunk from the machinery moving.
Alrighty. So when that happens, the warg is simply going to grunt, and not in too much pain, and it is going to make it from there to... Let me draw a couple of things. He's going to drop down, and he's going to go and... That would be 55. So let's drop him right here. He's going to be going pretty fast, escaping. He's going to end up actually dashing, moving double speed. So he's going to be getting off of the map in one turn, leaving the assassins on their own. So once he escapes, it brings it to Calypso's turn. I'm having a hard time moving things, so bear with me. What Calypso's gonna do, he's going to dash, and he's gonna get in position to kind of block off the any potential escape for the assassins. Shaka, what are you gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and start advancing, because if they want to play the fighties, Shaka will play the fighties.
All right, go ahead and move your token.
and that's pretty much as far as I can go. So why don't I go ahead and try my my one ranged attack against one of these assassins? Let's give that a shot.
All right, which one are you going to target?
I'm not super confident with my sling, so I'm gonna go for the one that's not near a potential new friend.
All right, that's fair. Going for number 1 there. Also, I did not know that you had ranged attacks, so that's pretty hype. Yo, that's really hype. Much like 7, you're learning the art of the sling, and the bullet is going to crack louder than even his slings usually do, and it goes right through the goblin assassin's head. He does not get a chance. He does not pass go or collects 200. He is dead.
Why did no one tell me that this was really badass weapon? Shaka is really happy with this. Thank you, friends.
Alright, being the warg's turn now, he acted on the same turn as the goblin boss, and that does not help his movement, but he is already really far gone. Goblin Assassin 1 is super dead. Goblin Assassin 2, he is going to disengage as a bonus action. And then he's going to run. Let's see. He can... Once he gets here, he's going to climb down, so he's going to move another 15 downwards, and then for his dash, he's going to nearly get off the map. So Calypso's not going to cover the exit completely, but nearly so. Darts, it's your turn. What do you do?
Well, seeing as how the last enemy just left, I suppose I would, start heading towards E. What's going on with this thing?
I don't know, but I know where you started. You started, what, on the square?
Yeah, about there. No, I think it was right here. Okay.
I'm just approving these willy-nilly, not even giving it a second thought.
Guess I just climb up here.
All right. Oh, here I'll put you up here. What do you do when you get up there?
Just kind of assess the area and look around to see if there's any other threats.
Well, the only threat that you can, actually, you probably wouldn't see it. You might be able to see Calypso from where you are. It's, you'd have to move a little bit closer to get a better shot on Goblin Assassin 2, I would say. So he is there. He's got a little bit of cover.
Alright, then I guess I'll use my bonus action to dash.
Okay.
I will go to, if it lets me. It's not gonna let me. Okay. To about there.
Okay.
Can I shoot Goblin 2 from here?
Yes, you can. You got a pretty good shot right there.
Okay.
And I will tell you, you do see the warg and the goblin boss in the distance, running through the forest, but they're going way too fast to chase. Like they've already got a 100-foot lead on you.
Does the Goblin boss look rough?
He does look pretty rough.
Can I shoot at him with disadvantage? Due to
what is your max range on your bow?
It doesn't say. Right
What kind of
here.
bow is it?
It's a short bow. Let me see. Oh,
I think it's 120.
80 out of 320.
Ooh, oh, okay.
I will give
Slash
you.
320?
I'll give you a shot with disadvantage.
Cool.
Let me go ahead and reveal his token so you can target him.
This guy right here, right? Disadvantage.
Yeah, he's the guy with the little hood.
Then does a wow, my dice totally don't look like what they look like when they get rolled. It showed me a 14 out of 4.
Everything is breaking.
Yeah, I'm assuming a 9 doesn't hit.
A 9 does not hit. Your short bow shot is going to whiz past him, falling into the snow, as you kind of hear him laughing. Sucker! As he makes his way further into the distance.
That'll be my turn.
Anlo is going to... he's basically going to kneel down and take his crossbow out, as he's just kind of waiting right here. I don't think... Let me see if he's got line of sight. That's the main thing. If he does, he'll take a pop shot at our goblin friend over here. And... that's kind of rough. I'll say that he doesn't. 7, what do you do?
7, it's my turn again? I'm gonna move a bit further again. How far can I move and still attack?
Up to your movement speed.
Up to my movement speed?
Yeah, unless you have like a cunning action where you can do movement as a bonus action.
Okay, wow. Okay. So I'm gonna move right about here.
Alright.
How far away is the goblin leader?
Like I said, he was like 100 feet off the map, so darts had to shoot with disadvantage.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take a shot, but my sling range is 150 to 400, so I'm pretty sure that means I wouldn't have to shoot with disadvantage.
Well, let me see here. Do some quick math. To leading to off of the map, it's 45. So yeah, you can make the shot with a normal roll.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna attempt a shot on him real quick. No, judging from how my last shot ended, though, let's hope this one's better.
Anything can happen.
Oh no.
Oh no, indeed. You take another shot thinking that this is the one, you're gonna go and get him, and when that goes through, it simply cracks past him again, lands in the snow, and actually shatters Darts' arrow in twain, as he's like, ha ha ha! I knew you were suckers! This isn't the last you will see of me! Goblin Boss Wognog!
He's lucky. Okay,
Yeah.
I can't do anything else.
Jaegervold is still passed out, so it is the Warforged's turn.
Let's see. There we go. I'm just gonna move there and perceive that everyone is out of range, so I will not move.
Goblin Assassin 2 is in range.
Well,
He is on
not
that
of,
square.
Not of my fists.
You're gonna have to fix
How
that.
far is this drop?
That drop is like a 10-foot drop. It's not bad. In Skyrim terms, it's bad, but it's not bad.
Let me dash. How many feet would I have to? Is it 10 feet just to fall that, or how many feet would I have to sacrifice to fall that far?
Well, you're not climbing down, so just to fall that, you'd probably just be taking 5. That exact space.
So if I dash, I can exactly make it to this man right here.
You can. And if he tries to run away, that's an attack of opportunity.
And I will menacingly loom over him.
As you're
Don't you want to be friends?
As you're looming over him, he looks up at you like with his hands up in the air. He's cowering almost. Wolf number 2 isn't gonna do anything. Actually, you know what? He's actually gonna move up here and he's gonna start eating Goblin Assassin there. After having assessed the situation, Aaron's gonna move over that way, and Goblin Boss and the Warg are gonna dash another 100 feet. Most assuredly getting them out of range of the fight. Can I hide you? There we go. It's fucking up on my end too, so All right. Calypso's turn. I think it's pretty simple what he's going to do. He's going to move up and he's going to target our Gobbo friend. And he's going to attack. We're going to... Let's see. How does Flurry of Blows work? It's... Well, I don't know if he's got key points. That's another thing. Where do you track that? I'm not going to bother with key. I'm not going to bother with key. All he's going to do... Oh, wait, he does have a key point. Okay. Well, first off, unarmed strike. This is non-lethal, and this is actually going to miss. So as he does his Flurry of Blows, this is going to do 2 additional attacks.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it is 2 additional attacks. Alright, so first attack is going to be a hit. Let me roll that damage as he does an open palm strike on this assassin. The assassin still seems to be standing pretty well. So the second flurry is going to come out, and it is going to miss. As that assassin says, "No, don't hurt me! I did nothing wrong!" Shaka, it's your turn.
If you want to, you can surrender. It's okay. Well, it's okay. You can throw down your weapons and go away.
He looks up towards you, and he nods his head like he's very quick to agree.
Okay, then I'm gonna let him go then.
All right. I mean, from where you are, he doesn't seem to drop his weapons though. Are you gonna do anything on your turn?
I'm going to. I'll go ahead and approach him, and kind of make him like holding my own weapons, kind of switching to my spear to show him, hey, if you mess with my people, there might be consequences, but you can just leave.
Roll Intimidate. And then I'll also let you move your token to wherever you're moving to. Oof.
Well, that's not a great intimidate.
You had your time to shine socially last session. Alright, well, you're going to drop down those rocks, and as you're approaching, it gets to his turn. And what he's going to do is, as a bonus action, he is going to create a sphere of magical darkness as he summons shadows in this sphere right here. And what's going to happen... Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and add this real quick. We've got 1, and we've got 2. Two shadows appear behind the Warforged and Calypso, respectively, as you hear the goblin assassin giddily laugh. You bastards fell for it! Darts, what do you do?
Am I within range of that goblin?
You would be, but do you see him?
Wait, what is that, a smoke cloud?
He summoned a cloud of darkness with his spell.
Let's see. I'm gonna use my bonus action to dash and then just get to where I think he might have been.
Okay. As you are running, you seem to bump into someone as you hear, Ow!
Sorry, your mic cut out. Was that the goblin?
Yeah, he screams, ow!
Oh, cool. I'm gonna stab him.
Alright, you've got disadvantage on the roll, but I'm pretty sure you're still targeting him?
Correct.
He's pulling out all the stops to stay alive here.
And then he can't see me, so I have sneak attack. Correct?
Is that how sneak attack works? Because if...
Technically a surprise. I'm technically stealth if he can't see me, right?
I mean, technically, they can't even. He can't even see through his own magical darkness. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You don't need an advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet. I mean, that alone would get your sneak attack to proc, because within 5 feet is... well, here's the question. Are you in the Warforged enemies?
No.
Well, there you go. Your sneak attack will pop off.
Okay. I forget. Do I click the tennis racket?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Oh, then
icon.
the,
Yeah, and then you apply the effect, and then you're going to be rolling your damage with the dagger. After you hit. Remember, you got disadvantage on the roll. Which, I actually... Would the disadvantage undo the sneak attack? Is that how that works? Like, I don't want to take it away from you, but I'm curious how it interacts.
There's multiple ways to get sneak attack. Having advantage is just one of them.
Gotcha. Well, either way, no worries. That's going to miss anyways, so as you're...
I will attack with my second dagger.
Okay. You do that. Your first attack is gonna hit nothing.
Does a 17 hit?
A 17 will hit. You manage to slice through something. And by the way, this guy also turned invisible. But that said, what do you do for damage?
That's gonna be an 8.
It's gonna be an 8. All right, you are going to dispel the darkness. And as the darkness disappears, you're going to see the slit throat of Goblin Assassin number 2. But the shadows yet remain. Anlo's still going to be taking point on Jaeger Vold, keeping him protected. 7, what do you do?
I see the shadows.
You do see the shadows.
Oh god, with my luck recently, I'm afraid if I try to attack them, I'm gonna hit someone else. So I do get I get pack tactics. So I'm going. That's actually helps a lot more. So I'm going to attempt to attack shadow number 2 since they're closer technically.
Okay.
Actually, I think they're both the same distance away, aren't they? Yeah.
Just about.
So I'll do a roll advantage against shadow number 2 since they're 5 feet away from one of my teammates.
Okay.
And I assume 27 hits, right?
No, it completely misses. You just fly through it, and you end up hitting the Warforged instead. The Warforged dies. It goes through him, it hits Goblin Assassin number 2, and for some reason, like, it boomerangs back, hits darts in the back of the head, and he just says, ouch. No, that hits.
Alright, and then I will roll for attack.
Nice hit. But unfortunately, it was not enough. The shadow seems to be moderately affected by this as it just looks towards you. You see through its hood that is just a veil of shadow, like red eyes look at you and then look back at the Warforged. Speaking of which, shadow number 1 is going to target the Warforged, and because it is daylight and he is in light, he is going to have disadvantage on this attack. That misses. That's going to be a 15 to miss. And with that being his turn, he doesn't have anywhere to stealth, so he's going to be staying right there. Shadow number 2, doing the same thing, targeting the Warforged, is going to do the same thing, trying to envelop himself over the Warforged. This attack is going to also miss, bringing it to the Warforged. What do you do?
Okay. I will go ahead and reach over and attempt to attack Shadow 1.
Okay.
Let's see. I have the weapon set up. I did it. How do I do this?
Well, you're rolling pretty well. That's good.
Oh, a 12 hits. Okay.
It does. And that is going to be
Oh,
1 thunder damage as your gauntlet of thunder bonks it and does not do much apparently. Wolf number 2 is going to make its way almost to the fray. It's actually going to sit right next to 7, and he's going to be a good boy. The goblin boss is off the map, so he can't go. Bring it to Calypso. Calypso is going to target Shadow number 1 in front of them. And they're going to just do an unarmed strike. Hopefully this goes well. Unfortunately, it does not go well with a 7. Shaka, what do you do?
New hitty things! Shaka is happy and has a pike, so Shaka will solve problem.
Yep, you're within range of your pike. What do you do? Oh my.
How and why did I just roll 3d20s?
Because you're targeting 3 beings, I think.
yeah, that'll do it. Well, the important part is if you're targeting Shadow 1, you hit Shadow 1.
Yes. Shadow 1 has been hit. So go ahead and roll your damage on Shadow 1. Alright, so as you take your pike and you stab into the shadow, you notice the shadow kind of hiss at you, as your pike doesn't seem to do as much as you would have liked to it. These manners of undead are, they function different to what you'd expect. Darts, what do you do? Okay, Goblin Assassin number 2 is dead, so let me murk him.
All I see are shadows.
Yes, they seem to be dancing around the Warforged and Calypso, and not taking a lot of damage to these mundane attacks.
Would I understand anything about that?
Just by looking at them, I would say roll for me in Arcana or Investigation, whichever one you're more confident with.
They're both garbage. Let's go with Arcana. Yeah, no.
Yeah, so as you're just looking at them, you just know that you guys...
Sorry, keep going.
Your guys' weaponry is just not up to par against these foes.
I actually feel like my allies just aren't hitting it hard enough, so I'm gonna run up to this one.
And let's hit it hard together.
Yeah, I'm gonna go behind it with advantage and try and stab it.
Alright, let's see it.
Let me clear my targets. Target this one. And then... Oh, the advantage cleared. Let me roll one more time.
What's your source of advantage?
Flanking?
I would give you, depending on your positioning, a +5 for a flanking bonus, not necessarily advantage. But for flanking, I will also let your sneak attack pop off because you've got an ally within range.
Oh, you don't do flanking advantage? Okay.
Yeah, because that would also give enemies the chance to do flanking advantage, and that just incentivizes conga lines way too much. And bonuses also incentivize conga lines, but like not as much as just straight up advantage.
Well, I'm assuming a 22 hits then.
Yes, that is gonna hit.
Alright, so I'm gonna get my sneak attack. And he is gonna take... What?
Well, those sneak attacks are expired.
Sorry, he's only gonna take 3. 1 piercing, 2 sneak.
Okay, which is going to be halved, so he's going to be not that much. That much. There we go. All right, and is that your turn?
If I'm not mistaken, the sneak attack gets around the resistance, because it's not piercing.
Yep, I've already...
It's its own-
I calculated that.
Okay. No, I'll try and stab him again.
All right, let's see it.
Does a 14 hit?
A 14 is not going to hit. Your dagger's going to just go right through the shadow, and it doesn't seem to react.
Damn, things are annoying. It'll be my turn.
Fair enough. Anlo's going to keep doing what he's doing what he does best. 7, what are you doing?
I'm gonna fire another bullet at them.
All right, let's see it.
Where's my... God, having all these taps blank is very confusing. And I'm gonna get advantage again, because I have an ally nearby. And... 16.
Ooh, nice hit.
Okay, nice. And then we will do some damage. Let's see, what do we get this time? A 7.
7 doing 7 damage. How typical. Alright, on the Shadow's turn, both of them are going to, like, it's going to turn into a miasma of sorts. The shadows are going to intertwine as they seep into the ground. And you're going to hear these deathly whispers as you hear them say, "The Master will know of these transgressions. You will pay in due time." As the shadows disappear. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna look at our new Warforged friend. Wait, the shadow left, right?
Correct. The shadows are gone.
I'm gonna look at our new Warforged friend and be like, hello? What the hell is that? Or was that?
I look over. That's a very good question. I don't know if you noticed, but I just woke up. A rather rude awakening. They were poking and prodding at me for the better part of 30 minutes.
I see.
I appreciate you coming to my aid, at least distracting them.
Well, it was. I'm sorry. Your head is funny. Are you okay?
I take out a little cloth and wipe the little lens on the front part. Yep. No cracks yet.
I'm sorry if that was rude. I've never seen someone that looks like you. You look very cool.
Why, thank you. I'm sure it's not normal to see a whole... I kind of like do the spread eagle pose. I'm sure you're not used to seeing a giant hunk of metal walking around.
No, not me ever. We should eat. We should make you food because you are a new friend, and that is what you do for new friends. What would you like to eat?
I don't eat anymore.
All right then. That's a statement. Well, we were going to a town. Do you want to come with us? Or do you have friends around here that you need to find, or...
Yeah, I was making my way to the town before anyway.
Outstanding. You can come with us. I am Shaka. Your name?
Well, you want the long version or the short version?
I'm absolutely fascinated by either.
Come on, I'll tell you along the way. It's great. Fantastic story.
I know you guys don't eat, but do you guys drink?
Oh, you know what? Man, used to love eating boar. And I used to love drinking alcohol. You know, I used to be a human farmer. They actually implanted my brain in there. I kind of point at the head.
Was it painful?
No, mainly because I'm just joking with you.
Oh.
How big is our R2O? Is that how you spell it? Say it.
I am 6 feet tall.
Okay. So not as big as Shaka. But
How
still
big is
big.
Shaka?
Oh, I'm not saying this in character, by the way. I was asking in out of character.
Right, but like out of character. How big are you?
I'm not Shaka.
Oh.
He's 7.
Oh. How big is Shaka? No.
7'7".
Oh, okay. You got a couple feet on me.
I'm just gonna like poke the
The
Warforged.
Shaka is big so that Shaka can give big hugs. And with that, Shaka will wrap new friend into big hug and say, "Hello, you are new friend. We are friends for all time."
I will reciprocate the hug. I'm sure I'll last much longer than you, but we'll say all time.
Is
Canonically, the greatest bromance ever.
weird thing made of flesh or metal or what?
I knock on my chest. All metal.
Is alive?
I just stare.
Anlo speaks
Alive
up.
as you.
Anlo speaks up and he says, "Sorry to interrupt the pleasantries, but you bastards decided to tie me up? What the hell are you on about?" As you hear Jaeger of old scream out.
Oh, that is bad, Halfling. We punched him in the schnoz after he burned down a church, and we're gonna go give him to a priest.
Or, alternatively, I could have some fun with him, and then we can give him to the priest.
Have some fun. Oh, are you gonna play a game? Can you teach Shaka how to play the game?
No, I'm sorry, Shock. I can't teach you how to play. It requires a little too much precision work, and I'll look over at him. Knife play.
Well, we could play cards. I have a mean poker face. I just
Oh,
look
someone's
with my
getting their face
cold
poked.
metal face.
As you say that, the halfling says, you think you're gonna bring me back to that town? As if! You've got no chance of bringing me there, and that is a fact. Now why did you tie me up? I'll give you one chance to answer.
You know, they never said we had to bring you back alive. I'd steal your tongue.
They kind of did say that.
No, they didn't.
The priest and the screaming lady who wanted to come with us.
They didn't say that.
look
I
in
think you're
dark.
just gaslighting me.
Screaming lady.
Direction.
Go
Lady
ahead.
that wanted to join the party.
You. What is your name?
Who?
I
You.
look at Dart's direction.
Oh, me? Oh, hi. I'm Darts.
You know, an effective form of interrogation is suffocation.
Ooh, I like this one.
It just so happens that I have a bag of holding right here with me. We can
Ooh.
put the halfling in it until he begins to suffocate. Such
Can-
mortal matters are of no
You should go
trifling
check
matter
out
to
that
me.
bush over there. There's some really pretty butterflies up here.
Shaka's gonna pick up Jaegar and just and just kind of look at his friends and say, "Shaka knows that you are joking because you are nice friends, and nice friends are nice." And I'm just gonna start walking towards the town.
Um,
I'm gonna look at our Warforged friend. And your name?
You can call me Arturo.
Well, Arturo, things are a little hard to do things the way our type do things. With this big lug around, he has a good heart. Unfortunately, it's a little too good sometimes.
Oh, I knew a few good people like him when I was in the service.
You were in the service?
Yeah, absolutely. Petty Officer R20.
Oh, nice.
However, seawater makes my joints rust.
I see. Well, I have plenty of experience with seawater.
As you guys are talking, in reference to whenever you said Shaka has a too good of a soul, you see Calypso just show a piece of paper with just a sad face.
You showed that to me, or you showed that to the others?
It just showed it to the others.
Gotcha.
Why don't you turn the frown upside down? I just motion to turning the paper 180 degrees.
He simply does so.
See, there we go. Smiles all around.
I like this one.
Calypso simply nods. And as Shaka picks up Yeager, Yeager says, "Very well, I will accompany you to this town, but you're not going to get the information you seek."
Okay. That is your opinion, sir.
That's right, Shaka. You tell him. I'm so proud of you.
He just laughs. Well,
Shaka made his friend happy, and that means that I am happy, and so this day is good.
Shaka, when we get to town, I'm treating you to meat.
Meat! Yay! We go hunting.
Sure. We can go hunting.
Outstanding. Shaka is already planning out, to wake you up at 3 in the morning, so that's when the herds start going.
Oh, fuck.
well, as you guys are walking back to Miners Haven, it won't be for another hour or so until you actually get there. It's been quite a distance between the ice caves and your actual hunt for Yeager. But when you get here, on the outskirts of the city, Yeager is going to actually say something for the first time since you had hauled him over here, and he says, "Earlier, when you mentioned a woman, a screaming woman, who did you mean?"
Why do you think you get to ask questions? What the heck?
Because you don't happen to realize I'm in a position of, shall we say, advantage. So answer the question.
How so? Oh,
Yo-
tied up one?
You'll come to realize that soon enough. Now answer the damn question.
I refuse.
Typically,
And I'm gonna
we can't
shove-
gag him and blind him.
Yeah, I was gonna shove a gag in his mouth.
Are you able to jump up to where Shaka is to do that?
How tall is Shaka?
7'7".
I'm not that much shorter than him.
How tall are you?
Let me see if I wrote it down. I'm 6 foot.
Oh.
Yeah, I could easily jump up. It's a little
I mean,
hot.
your arms are probably what? Maybe 2 feet long.
Yeah, I could literally just gag him.
Well, Shaka, when this happens, what are you doing?
I'm going to kind of lean over a little bit to make it a little easier for him to gag him. I'm kind of assuming that my friends, while I'm gonna keep an eye on him to not let them say legit torture him, but they probably know a little bit more about prisoner control than I do.
Fair.
Kind of deferring to their, as long as I'm not seeing like any outright, this is when I hit him, or anything like that, I'll kind of go along with it.
No direct violence. Got it.
All right, so in Miner's Haven, you do see that there's a little bit of snowfall. There's probably like a couple of inches at this point. The houses are covered with snow. The ground is, and it very much so looks it's unsightly for this time of year. And you're going to see Father Garion and a couple of townsfolk outside of town, kind of waiting for you at the gates. Father Garion holding a torch, Tara Hearthfire, the woman, the screaming woman that Jaeger was talking about, as well as a couple of other townsfolk who happen to be holding torches and whatnot as well. And at your return, it seems to be a somber scene. You know, they're not happy with everything that's gone on, and I mean, you see the ruins of the church in the center of town. That said, as you approach, Father Garion walks up to you and he says, "So I see that it is done. You brought the perpetrator to justice."
Justice, no. However, we have captured him for you.
He nods and he simply says, "I mean, justice is enough when he is rotting in our jails." Tara Hearthfire, the woman in question, she lets out a hearty sigh, and she says, "This bastard could have killed our children in that church. I have so many things I want to ask him."
Well, he wants to ask you things too. This one has the biggest mouth I've ever seen for someone who's being captured and threatened.
See, that was hyperbole because halflings are small.
I like this one. It's our new friend.
Indeed, I did not see you venture forth into the northern woods with him. As a matter of fact, I saw you venture with two others, and yet they do not accompany you still. As you look behind you, Ott and Aaron are gone.
I'm bored. Or scared.
Very well. Regardless, as a thank you, he reaches into his robe pocket and he's gonna have a pouch full of gold, and he says, "This is for you, all to share. That is, as a reward, I went door to door to see if some of the townsfolk would donate towards this cause, and I wish to see you properly rewarded. So from myself, Tara, and those who stand with me, this is our thank you."
It?
Oop.
How much is there?
There is a total of 500 gold pieces.
And I would split that up amongst all of us.
Oh.
Oh, we lost Gnome.
Ooh,
He did.
I did not even realize that. I don't hear the Discord dings and undings whenever OBS is up.
He's too young to die.
So that means we each get 100 gold pieces?
Correct.
Do you offer me 100 gold?
Seven will,
I offer it to all of us.
Seven will happily take it and say
I
thank
did
you.
state that I like you, so I am
Is it-
including you in the split.
I don't believe I participated in your adventure. I don't think I need this 100 gold.
Well, let's just say it's an incentive for you to hang around with us. I personally wouldn't mind if you stuck with our little ragtag group. I find you quite entertaining.
Well, in that case, if you call it a hiring fee, then consider me hired.
Father Garion is going to speak up and he says, "Well, with that out of the way, We hand over the prisoner, and we will take them immediately to the dungeons. Whenever you are ready to interrogate him, come and approach me at the church. At least the remnants of the church. There are things that I need to attend to. At least creating a shrine to remember the things that happened there. So that said, do you guys hand over the prisoner?
Wow, Shaka. Gnome has the prisoner.
Well, I'm going to assume that he set him down. You know, this is going to be a downtime moment while we're waiting for Gnome to come back.
He went into the gaming Discord. He's in the gaming voice channel.
Let's drag him back. Hello? Gnome? Are you alive?
Miss Keisha? Miss
What if
Keisha? Oh my gosh, she fucking dead.
I don't think I can resuscitate him.
What?
Quick, everyone. I'm gonna have to give no mouth to mouth.
Oh.
Yay! I haven't had a date in 3 years.
Well, he's
Can
back.
Gnome not get into the D&D session? It doesn't ever seem like he joins it.
Yeah, Gnome, do you see this channel? Just out of curiosity.
Only when I get added to it by you.
Okay, I think I know what the problem is. You might not have the D&D role.
I think I can fix that real quick.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh,
He
you got
does
it?
have the D&D role.
Fastest mod in the West.
Oh, did you
Damn.
already
I
just
add
added
it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't need
You're a
to...
Discord mod? That's kind of hot. Oof.
Yeah, you come on over. Let me groom you.
Whoa.
Wait,
Wait,
no, no,
like
no,
my
no,
coat? Like my
yeah,
coat?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For legal reasons, that was a joke.
Dear FBI agents, that is was probably assigned to all of us.
Monka TOS.
We ensure this is all just a joke.
Alright, guys, the VOD's fucked. Let's just say what we want.
We here at Treyhawk82 do not condone anything that is happening here, but we do, however, find it hilarious.
That's true.
You know who else finds this
True and
hilarious?
based.
Today's sponsor, Raid Shadow.
If only.
Alright, so, Shaka, while you were gone, basically what was said was, if you hand over the prisoner, we'll take him to the jails, we'll take him to the dungeons, and whenever you are ready to interrogate the prisoner, come and meet me by the, by the church, and he's got business to attend to, setting up a shrine and whatnot to his god, and then business will be taken care of, and you guys can do your fun little interrogation stuff. But that said, if you hand him over, you guys have a chance to do some downtime activities, whether you want to talk amongst each other, and whenever you guys are ready, you can or visit shops, all that stuff. But whenever you're ready, you can go and interrogate the prisoner, unless you want to get it out of the way now. It's up to you guys. So what's going on?
Well, I know that we've been out and about and fought hard all day, and we're all pretty much wounded. So we probably all want to get like a night's rest and maybe get some hit points up. So, like maybe a quick set of push-ups, and then maybe hit the sack.
Alright, so yeah, I'm assuming then you were relinquishing control of the prisoner, as the gag is still in his mouth.
Oh yeah. I'll totally hand them over because they are the authorities in the area. So
Yeah, so
therefore they hired me to go get them. So I did because I'm a hero.
So you're gonna see two more burly looking human men pick up the halfling relatively easily, and they're going to carry him off to what looks to be like a guards barracks, or more so like a militia building, as you're left with a couple other townsfolk who are starting to disperse. Tara and Father Garion. And Father Garion's going to speak up, and he's going to say, well, excuse me if I'm prying too much, but what ended up happening?
We found a cave, and we saw he had friends that didn't want us to get him, but we got him after we punched him really hard.
There's some details you might not want to know as well.
Well, regardless, you had brought him here and successfully. I do hope that reward is sufficient.
Well, you know, he almost came with a few holes in his throat, but thankfully we had a gag.
Well, I suppose I understand where you're coming from, especially considering what he had done.
He has this assumption that he is in power, even though he is tied up and captivated. It seems as if, though, he knows something. He was also very curious about our screaming friend over here, and I'll point at the cleric.
Well, Tara, the woman, is going to put her hands on her hips, and she says, "Excuse me, I was not screaming. I simply wanted to join in on the venture." As she draws a short sword, and she says, "I can handle myself just fine, but..."
If you don't remember, I was the only one that wanted you to come. Do not scream at me about this.
She sighs as she says, "And I understand that I was needed here. There was a lot more tragedy than I had initially anticipated." Father Garion speaks up and he says, "Indeed. But the wounded are safe now. Some even have rooms in the tavern where we could not fit them in other folks' homes. So Tara, your job was well done."
You call her the screaming one, but it doesn't look like she's prone to screaming. I was expecting, like, a banshee.
Tara looks towards you, Arturo, and she says, "Well, if you want a banshee, I can show you a banshee."
Do you have one in your pants?
Looking puzzled at this, she looks towards Dart, and she says, "Where did you find this one again?"
You know, it's the funniest thing. We were on our way back, and we just kind of found him tied up in the old, the old place with the things, trying to be abducted by goblins. And we were just like, "Oh, hey, that's cool. Let's not let them enslave him." And I think it worked out for the best.
As it turns out, woodland camouflage does not work in a snowy biome.
Well, it wasn't snowing before, well, half an hour ago. Whatever you guys did ended up triggering this. As she looks up. And Father Garion even speaks up as well. He says, "Indeed, what a curious predicament. We haven't seen snow this early, ever. As a matter of fact, this is our festival that we host every year here signifies the turning of fall. That seems to... It seems that we may have to change the occasion," as he gives a little bit of a chuckle.
I let some of the snow fall on my my palm. Is it actually snow?
Yes, it is. And considering that you're Warforged and you're cold, quite literally, it does not melt. You do have snow accumulation all over you. You have to constantly brush it off, otherwise you're gonna feel a little bit of extra weight on you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I was making sure, if it didn't melt, is it ash?
Yeah, you're probably gonna have to install windshield wipers, little tiny ones on your little visor. Regardless, the priest says, Father Garion, he goes, "This is something that can be investigated later. You all get your rest. I will see you at the remnants of the church as he turns around. Tara, she says to you guys, "Yeah, and I would like to talk to you all about something if you get a chance. I'll be waiting for you guys in the inn."
All right, sounds good. Let us make way.
Ooh,
Right,
ooh.
right, comrades?
Shaka.
Yes, friend.
Since we're in town, can we find place to spend shinies?
Okay. We let us go find a place to give them our shinies, and they give us stuff. Then.
Yes, that sounds good. I'd assume there's a general store or something in town, right?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is a couple of stores. Let me sift through my notes because I've got a lot of pages here. But I can tell you now that there's a smithy. There is a... alright. There's a smithy. There's a general store / butcher. There's the unfortunately burnt church. And then there's the Slouching Giant Inn, which is in the center of town.
I think I'm gonna head towards. You said there's a general store, so I'll head towards the general store first.
All right. Is Shaka coming along?
Yeah, I'll come along.
All right. Who else is coming along? Or are you guys? Arturo. Calypso's going to go straight to the inn, but Arturo and Darts, are you guys going to be going with them or somewhere else?
I will go to the inn.
I will follow.
Or not the inn. I'm sorry, the store. Oh goodness.
Oh yeah, I'll follow.
Okay, so all of you guys are going to the store. So you're going to see these two establishments next to each other. You're going to see Horace's Metal Shop. And then right next to it, you're going to see the Leather Knuckle Butchery. The metal shop is a very clear, like, blacksmith shop. You're going to see the forge outside, loads of metallic equipment and whatnot. So that's very, like, distinguishable. However, the Leather Knuckle Butchery is what I was describing to you as the general store. You know, you're going to see a bunch of barrels on the outside, a tanning rack, a bunch of general supplies in the windows and just laying around. And even as you walk in, you know, with candlelight lighting the place, it is kind of dark outside now. You're going to see a larger, burly man. He is bald. He seems to have a bit of a thick mustache with a cut on the right-hand side of said mustache. And he is standing at the counter, basically toying around with some leather. And as you walk in, he says, "Ho there! Welcome, adventurers, to the Leather Knuckle Butchery. How can Garrick Leatherknuckle help you today?"
I'm gonna go to the metalworks first, actually.
All right. So you're going to a different building as the others are going into the general store. Darts, are you following Arturo, or are you staying with?
Yeah, I'm following Arturo.
Okay. So we'll play out Seven and Shaka's first. As you walk into the store, how do you respond?
Hello, new friend. My friend wants to buy things.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Sorry, someone's going to talk.
You go for it.
Yes. Seven wishes to find more throwy stones and maybe feel good water.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. You know, those stones you can find anywhere on the ground outside. You don't need to buy them from a well-established merchant like me. But feel-good water? You must be talking about healing potions, is that right?
Yes, that.
Well, I've only got 2 on hand. As he takes them out, and you see these 2 vials of liquid. He says, "And listen, it's not going to be at a price that you would come to expect. With the weather as it is, I'd imagine that we won't be seeing a lot of shipments in. It's been quite halted. I can sell them to you for about 80 gold pieces each."
I can take let's see, where's my gold at? Is it the third one? No. There it is. Yes, I'll take 3.
I only had 2, so that would be 160 gold.
I'll take 2 then, yes.
Very well.
60 gold?
Yep, sacrifice 160 gold, tribute summon that for 2 gold healing potions.
You think you can use polymerization on them?
Maybe.
And
I
then I'm
mean-
gonna
Go ahead.
I'm gonna browse around a little after that.
Here, let me add some healing potions to your inventory, because I'm pretty sure you don't have the ability to.
I think I can.
Well, I've got you covered. Potion of
Oh, okay.
healing.
I'll let you do that then.
There you go.
Thank you. And
Not
does
a
this have
problem.
description? It does have a description. Good. I wouldn't have been able to do that, I think.
Yep, two vials of bluish liquid, and they heal you. You know that much for sure.
And I'm gonna browse a little now too, see what else he has on stock.
All right, so as you look around, you're going to see a wide variety of stuff. There's leather armors. There's even some studded leather here. But it's mostly a general store. There's hardly any weaponry, but there's rope. You're going to find adventuring equipment. Things that you might find useful on in travel or even in a dungeon. So does anything in particular catch your eye? You're welcome to ask questions as well if you're looking for anything specific.
He has leather?
Yeah, he is a butchery, so not only does he have meat, cured or uncooked, he does have raw leather about as well.
Okay.
And I would even go as far to say as he's got furs if you need that for the colder weather.
Okay. I think Seven would be kind of he would more than likely go towards the leather to check it out, and probably I can't speak. How much for animal skin?
It depends on what animal you're looking for, my tiny little friend. Are you looking for something on the thick side, or are you looking for something that would help you protect against something like, say, rain?
Just for crafting things. The I'm gonna point at the pieces of leather and stuff.
Well, I do have a lot of leather in stock, but I could perhaps have more. You see, we've kind of been keeping our hunters out of the woods as our hunting, our harvest festival is happening in 5 days' time. During that festival, you see, we have our townsfolk go out into the wilderness, and not only do we hunt any animal that we find, but there's also a white stag that appears. It's a bit of a local legend, and whoever does happen to hunt the white stag, they instantly win that competition. But regardless, because of that, we just have not found much furs. We are indeed of short supply. with what you might be looking for, I might be able to sell you, like I said, something on the thick side, or perhaps just raw leather as is. Whatever suits your fancy with whatever you wish to craft. And perhaps if you knew what you did want to craft, I could point you in the right direction. Help you out a little. I've gotten these hands dirty myself a couple of times, and I don't mind doing it again, as he gives you a little bit of a smile.
At that, he'll pull out his sling and he'll show it to the merchant. I like to make stronger.
Ooh, that interests me indeed. I have not seen a sling of this quality in, say, well, ever. Mind if I inspect that?
Sure, yes. And I'll hand it over to him.
Alright, he picks it up and he's, tinkering around with it, moving in a couple different directions. And he says, indeed, this does have some capabilities of being, shall we say, improved upon. But I can only do so much. What kind of improvement were you looking for, is my question.
What can you do? Preferably, I would like to make it hit harder or throw more accurately.
Oh, I see. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I can let you employ my skills, but I'm gonna have to ask something from you, as we're a bit short on supply for both of those things that you asked for. I'm going to need, in particular, a wild boar's pelt, as well as the pelt of a white rabbit. Those can improve not only the sturdiness of this weapon, but I could also use it to improve the accuracy as well. I don't have any of those furs in stock, as he's just pointing around the store. You see elk, you see wolf, you see some squirrel here and there, but none of what he had described to you. And he says, "Listen, if you were to bring to me some of these pelts, not only can I help you, but I'll do it at a discounted price too."
Okay, so Seven will tilt his head and go. So you want me to hunt? And then I'm gonna look to Shaka and be like, can Shaka help hunt?
Happily, as I lean in with my spears, just let's do this thing.
Oh, okay, yes. Then I can do that. And I'll nod vigorously.
Garrick Leathernukle says, "Well, it seems that we have a deal. And before you do go, how about we officiate that and we shake on it? When you return, I will do this upgrade of yours for 50 gold pieces. Does that sound fair?"
Yes, that sounds great. And how tall is the desk? Can I shake over that?
As a matter of fact, as he looks down, he's gonna sigh really quickly. He's gonna get up and he's gonna walk around the desk, because you're looking up at this thing being 2 feet tall. So he moves over to you and he says, "Sorry about that," as he extends his arm for the handshake.
All right, I'll shake his hand. It's gonna be a fairly weak shake, though.
Yeah, that's fair. He acknowledges your size, so he's going to accommodate. As he looks toward the opposite side of the spectrum, and he says, "Well, now that the first business dealing of the day is done, what about you, good sir? What brings you to the Leathernukle Butchery?"
My friend wanted to come here, and I believe in the buddy system.
He twirls his mustache and he says, "Well, I agree with that system as well, but one person cannot just be buying things alone. Could I interest you in something in my shop?"
Do you have, seeds?
Seeds?
Yes, seeds.
What kind of seeds?
Um, I I could do with some potato starter.
Well, I do think that we have some. Let me check. And he's going to head over behind the counter, and he's going to be like, ah, yes, we do.
Oh, outstanding. I'll go ahead and take some.
That'll be 5 silver pieces, then.
Okay, I'll go ahead and I will give him 5 silver pieces, and I would like to carve out some of my day to go ahead and like outside of town, just not very far outside of town. I just like to plant the potato so it's there if I need it if I'm passing by here again.
Okay. Is that everything that you're going to be looking for in that shop?
Unless I'm guessing they don't have any heavy armor there.
You'd probably be looking for the blacksmithy for that.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of suggest heading to the blacksmithy at next if once we find everything you need here.
Of course.
All right.
I'm good now, though, so we can go.
Well, as you guys are heading to the blacksmithy, there are 2 folks already in there. Arturo and Dart, as you guys enter the blacksmithy, you are beholden to kind of a similar setup. You know, there's the table at the far end of the establishment. However, nobody is in this particular room. You do notice that there's a large chunk of weaponry either hung up on the walls or like in barrels. You know, you'll see numbers of like some. Excuse me. Some easy pole arms like spears and the like, most likely to arm the militia. But most of the things in here, you're going to be seeing like hinges, horseshoes. Like the weaponry that you do see is like short swords and like easy, simple weapons. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. But yeah, as you walk in, you're going to be hearing the sound of hammering metal, most likely towards the back room.
Okay. In that case, since there's nobody manning the shop, no one interrogating me, I'm going to look around for a knife.
Okay. Roll
Looking
perception.
for something. Oh, okay. Yeah.
What are you looking for, though? Go ahead.
Looking for a knife that's, sharp on one end, serrated on the other. Kind of like a multi-tool kind of knife.
Okay.
Like your everyday, I guess a dagger in a way.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. And while you're doing that, what are you doing, Darts?
I'm gonna look around for daggers as well. I was actually gonna buy a couple. Or some throwing knives.
Okay. Well, as Arturo is walking around, you're going to be following him, and easily you're going to be finding this section devoted to daggers. Unfortunately, you don't see one that is like both serrated and flat like you were looking for. They're all simply your standard daggers. In terms of throwing knives, yes, you are going to be finding some of those darts. They are the same kind of throwing knives that you would see thrown at like a dartboard, but not necessarily darts. The same concept applies. So, what do you guys do?
I'm gonna wait to see what Arturo does first.
I'm gonna pick a knife that's like got a good cross handle, but it's like maybe broader at the top.
Okay.
Is there one like that?
Yes.
A little bit skinnier near the bottom, but a little bit broader at the top.
Yeah, you'll find one of those.
I'll pick that up and I'll bring it to the counter.
Okay. As you set it down, the hammering stops, and you hear a loud creak as coming from the back room there. You're going to see an older man. He's got a grayed beard, a bit of a singed in places, particularly on his mustache as well. And he's covering one of his eyes, his left eye, with an eye patch, and he's got a little bit of gray hair on the top of his head as well that seems to be balding. And as he approaches you, he says, "Oh, customers at last! Welcome to Horace's Butchery." Not butchery. Wow, fuck.
No.
Well, welcome to Horace's Metal Shop, he says. Thank you, Brain. There, Mr. Terrorbad. That's what the tongue does. It gets twisted. Damn it. Well, welcome to.
How are you doing?
Welcome to Horace's Metal Shop. He says, "Lord, it could be a better day. Getting a little confused. The old age is getting to me."
Oh man, that's not good.
No, it's fine. Common slip of the tongue. We sell metal here, and all things associated with it. So, is this all you would like? Is this dagger?
Yes, please.
And what about you, sir? Is there anything that I can help you with?
I would like maybe a pouch of 10 throwing knives or throwing daggers.
It appears I could do that. As he's thinking to himself.
Do you happen to have any gunpowder?
He scratches his head and he says, "Gunpowder? What is that?"
Never mind.
Black powder that explodes.
By the way, for your dagger, that is going to be 3 gold pieces. He's going to say, if you have 3 gold pieces, I can arrange for this to be yours. And regarding the throwing knives, darts, I'm going to say they are 1 gold piece a pop.
These seem quite expensive.
You got to remember that my time at the anvil goes into these prices.
Just thought you'd be a little more generous towards some of the recent saviors of this town's church and handler of this huge arsonist, but it's, I guess.
Has he brought out the throwing daggers on display?
They would have been stuff that Darts could have grabbed. So when that happens, Darts, you want to make a persuasion, please? Yeah, I see what's going on. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
How about a 23?
He's gonna give out a little bit of a hearty sigh as the door opens behind you guys, introducing Shotgun 7 into the scene, and the blacksmith says, I suppose I could move them a little bit. 7 silver pieces per dagger. That's the best I can do.
And what is that total for me, my good sir?
7 gold pieces.
Yeah, 7. Wait, for all of them? Or each?
All of them.
All of them, yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
You're gonna get 3 gold discount.
Where the heck is my gold? There it is. No, that's not it.
I just pay the 3 gold.
He smiles towards you, Arturo, and he says, "Well, thank you for your generosity. It is much appreciated in these trying times."
I'll hand him... So, 10 silver is 1 gold, right?
Correct.
And he's charging me 7 silver, so I'll just hand him 1 gold then.
Well, you're just handing him 1 gold?
I don't have any silver.
Well, it's 7 gold for for the 10 daggers that you want.
Oh, I thought you said it was 7 silver.
7 silver per dagger, yeah. So the math checks out to be 7 gold total.
Oh, okay, then I'll hand him the 7 gold.
Yeah.
You cannot put a price on stimulating the economy of a town that is just a place of worship. I say that in response.
The blacksmith does respond, and he says, "Well, he did have a point. You are the saviors of this town. I should have shown my appreciation from the get-go. For that, you have my apologies. Speaking of, is that not the rest of you?
My business is concluded here. However, they possibly have other business.
Well, Shaka, 7 as you guys enter. What do you guys do?
Hello, friend. Hello, friends. I am looking for armor for big people. And I'm going to be kind of poking around, seeing if I can find, if he has any heavy armor about.
As you're looking around, you're seeing these common weaponries, and the equipment for, like, you know, horseshoes and hinges and nails and all that fun stuff. He looks over to you, Shaka, and he says, unfortunately, I've never had the demand for that. As you see, as just a humble blacksmith in a town like this, unfortunately, I could not make something in advance for you. However, should you ever find the materials, I'm more than willing to make a suit of armor that suits your, as he kind of looks up, you're towering over him, stature.
Shaka knows that he is thick, and appreciates that sentiment, friend. Just thought I would take a look and see what you had. So thank you. I will keep an eye out for metal for you.
Wait. I know where you could find some metal, but it's a different matter that I'm kind of worried to bring up. You've already done enough for us.
What's going on? What has you upset?
He gives out a little bit of a hearty sigh and he says, "Now, I don't know if you've heard this or not yet, but one such shortage is in the metal that we folks of Miners Haven do manage to bring out of the mines. However, the mines have been occupied by a group of unsightly bandits. There's nothing that I could do to take up arms, and the militia and some of the other townsfolk are even scared to retake it, as, well, these bandits are ruthless."
I'm going to go ahead and turn to my party and the members of the party that are in here and say, "Good news, friends! We have a chance to be heroes again."
Now, I wouldn't want you to draw attention to not only yourselves, but to Miners Haven again. I promised Father Garion that I would not speak of it, but it appears that your curiosity and my resolve to get things to return back to normal is getting the better of me.
But isn't it odd for a town named Miners Haven to not be able to mine?
I do agree with you there. But again, what are we to do? All of the workers in the mines were either captured or killed.
Well, you have 4 + 1 strapping lads here. I suppose we could take a couple days out of our time to clear your mine.
If you would, I would be so appreciative. But again, how would you take out an entire band of bandits? There's only 5 of you, like you said.
With my fists. I'm very good with punching.
His eyes widen and he says, I know that you brought that perpetrator to justice, that beast who burnt our most sacred temple. But he was but one man. You are but 5, going up against a war band, even.
So, not just a chance to be a hero, but a chance to be a big hero. This is good. I'm gonna lean down towards 7 and kind of just ask, why does everyone want to stop us from doing hero stuff?
5 against a war band? I like those odds.
I think they are concerned, maybe? I'm just gonna kind of shrug a little. Though my eyes are going to kind of light up as I look around and at all the weapons, and I remember my hand axe I found. I'm gonna pull it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold it out to the blacksmith and be like, so also, you seem to know about slashies and other things. Do you know anything about this? I found it on our travel.
Let me see that here. As I'm assuming you're handing it to him.
Yeah.
This craftsmanship, it is not from here. As a matter of fact, this is from the Isles. Where did you get this?
I found it in chests when we went to catch the little person.
I see. You see these runes here as he traces the symbols that are on the axe, not only on the head, but also the shaft.
Yes?
I mean, I know that wasn't supposed to sound sexual, but...
Oh.
Did you say shaft?
And head.
Hello?
In the same sentence.
Head? Oh my god. He's speaking the language of the gods, ladies and gentlemen.
Just don't start talking about its pommel either.
I'm also going to pull out the rune that I found and show it to him.
His eyes widen as you pull out the rune, and he says, Let me see that.
Did he say, let me see that?
Yeah. Let me see that.
Okay, I'm going to hand it to him.
As he takes it, he's gonna take the rune and he's gonna pop it in the one of the sockets of the axe, and you notice the axe begins to glow. This very I don't know. It's like a very cold blue glow, and he says, "By the gods, these do exist. The power of the giants is imbued in these runes." And for some reason, it seems that the axe has chosen you. Here, I could not hold this. You are the warrior who found it anyway. This is yours.
Ooh, thank you. And I'll take it, and I'll just I'm gonna look it over a bit. It's glow.
Yeah, so that hand axe, it has two sockets on it. One of them is already being taken with that rune of ice. Your damage with that hand axe is going to be doing an additional 1d6 cold damage.
Okay.
And on top of that,
my weapons.
on top of that, it's also got a bluish light. It's a dim blue light that is always around you with the axe out, that encompasses a 5-foot radius.
Okay. I'll have to ask you about the details for the stats and stuff for the hand axe later then.
Oh, it just does a d6. It's a normal hand axe with 2 rune slots, and it looks very fancy.
It looks very fancy.
Yeah. It's like a mini Leviathan axe.
Wait. Is it dex based or strength based?
Good question. How do hand axes function? Nope, not strength only.
Yeah, they're a simple weapon, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, they are simple weapons, so strength only. And that does 1d6
Okay.
slashing.
Alright, I'm sorry. Go. I'm gonna just keep looking it over for a bit, just kind of in awe. It is really hard for me to do any. God, hopefully we can fix all this. Everything is all messed up. Everything.
Yeah, hopefully another update will fix it, and they update Fantasy Grounds often, so...
Okay.
Alright, so what happens now, as you're handed back the axe?
Oh, as I said, I'm kind of just staring at it, kind of in awe, and just looking it over now.
Anybody else want to chime in? I know, Shaka, you haven't done... Well, you did kind of do something, as we were talking about the bandit problem. Does anyone else have anything to chime in?
Where is this mine?
He swallows. He says, "You'll be finding the mine northeast of here. It is a short trek, easy to get to if you were to follow any given path to it. As a matter of fact, it takes workers and their carts about 2 hours to get to. However, I wouldn't be surprised if those roads are heavily patrolled by the bandits. Be warned. If this gets traced back to you, and back to me, it won't be just your lives at stake, it'll be the entirety of Miners Haven."
Duly noted.
As no one is saying anything, the smith is going to say, "Well, I think it's getting to the time where I need to close up shop. I'm so sorry to get you out of here, but please, respect my wishes."
I leave.
I'm
You just stroll
gonna
out.
put the hand axe back away, and I'll head out too. Though my after the comments of the general storekeeper, my eyes are now trained on the ground as I look around for stones.
I'm going to the general store.
Anyone else going back to the general store?
I'll follow.
I'm just gonna kind of be in the square now, looking around.
Alright, Seven, as you are in the square, you're going to see like this obelisk structure in the center, and that's kind of being turned into a small shrine. You see multitudes of holy symbols and candles, all in reverence to the god of the sun, Androm's soul. And kind of stood outside in the snow tending to this. You see Father Garion. What do you do?
So there's a shrine, and he's surrounded by candles.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's kind of like a vigil of sorts, even though it's not like in reverence to those who had died. It's more so like our church was burned. This is like the least we can do to still look up towards our God.
Wait, they made this in...
No.
How long have we...
This obelisk was here already. This is just like being turned into little extra spiffy. Like there's ornamental pieces here now.
I was gonna say, they built that in like a day?
Yeah, no.
This thing is probably pretty huge to me, isn't it? I'm gonna go up to it and just kind of look at it a little.
Okay. Do you want to do an investigation real quick? Just as you're looking it over?
Sure. Let's see, investigate. Oh, that went out. That didn't count. Damn it.
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead and try again.
Oh.
Oh, that's so good. Okay. As you're here and you're looking at these signs of Androm's soul, you notice that on the obelisk itself, it seems as though insignias of the sun have been carved into it, almost as if insignias that seem to be depicting the moon have been purposefully hidden or scratched over, indicating that this obelisk it didn't initially belong to this god or this culture.
Do I know anything about either of these gods?
Do you want to roll religion?
My character. Yeah, sure. I
Okay.
feel like my character was kind of sheltered.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. That...
Natural 1. So you get the perfect investigation, but you have jack shit knowledge on the religion aspect of things. So as you're just like tilting your head, looking at this, trying to like figure out what's going on, Father Garion says, like he puts his hand on your shoulder. Thank you for coming here to remember what happened earlier. I appreciate your services to Miners Haven and those who could have lost their lives within St. Garen's Church.
Yes, of course. I just follow Shaka and team.
Speaking of which, Shaka, what are you doing in this moment?
I'll go ahead and take my own look at the obelisk, see if I can ferret out any kind of meaning for it, because it seems a little strange that it just seems like an interesting kind of way of worshipping this god.
Yeah, go ahead. How do you want to do that? Investigate? Do you want to do religion?
Well, I'm equally terrible in both of those. Would I be able to use an insight? Like, can I see if it's lying about being a holy object?
Yeah, you can try insight.
Oh crap, I didn't expect that to work. I was not prepared for this. Let's try it.
All right, as you're looking at this obelisk, you're kind of you are correct in your inference. It is a very strange way to pursue worship. As a matter of fact, you know that most people in society who do worship Antrim Soul, the older brother to Faye the Shield Maiden, is in churches rather than like in an obelisk in the middle of a town. It strikes you as odd in a way.
Huh. And am I able to kind of ferret out anything about the symbology that's on this obelisk at all, or?
I'll have you roll a religion for that.
Okay.
Okay, so you remember from stories of old about the god of the sun, the king of gods. He is always depicted by the sun itself, and he's the one who brings warmth and nobility to the land. Not only does the sun itself serve as a symbol, but so does the sun's corona, and the kingship of human society. As a matter of fact, he is what you know as the leader, the god of humans.
Neat. So it's kind of just does it look like the images for the god of humans have just been kind of etched on here over what was on there before, or?
If Seven told you that, you'd be able to check that, like you'd be able to see that. But just from a quick glance, you know that these symbols are symbols of the god of the sun.
Gotcha, but I don't notice that. I don't notice that that it's kind of carved over.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So I'll just kind of admire the handiwork and kind of just be checking it out and exploring it.
All right. I suppose the last scene that we're gonna do until next time we're able to play is Arturo and Darts. As you walk into the butchery, Garrick Leathernukle's gonna look towards your direction and he's gonna say, "Oh, some more of today's saviors. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. How can I help you?" Excuse me.
Oh, I wish to find a sheath for this fine piece of metal. I display the knife.
Oh, I see. At least someone around here cares about their handy metalwork. Handiwork, that's the word I'm looking for. Yes, I can hand you something like that. Would this fit? As he grabs onto just a standard dagger sheath. I mean, when you try it, it's pretty. It fits. You know, it's not perfect, but you know, it works.
Okay. So first thing I do, I put a sheath in the dagger, and I hold it upside down. Does it fall out?
Not immediately. It kind of it falls out a little bit, and then it gets stuck as if it's caught on something, and then like, do you like move your hand around to see if you can like shake it out?
Yes.
Okay, as you do that, it takes like 4 or 5 shakes, and then it falls to the floor and plop.
Well, I'm ready to catch it.
Yeah. So it doesn't fall to the floor. You catch it with your free hand.
Do you have anything that fits a little more snug?
Unfortunately, that's the best that I have. Something like that is going to take something more specific. I mean, that's something I could probably whip together, but that probably won't be done until tomorrow at the latest.
How early tomorrow?
Depending on how much coin you're willing to pay, I could get it done by morning.
Well, can you make it in black and make it able to strap to my forearm? I point to the hunk of metal.
That might cost extra too.
Not forearm, my bad. Bicep.
Yeah. That might cost extra too, he says. How about if you want it done by morning? Let's see if the usual one costs 1 gold piece. I could probably do it up for you for 3 with that customization.
Make it so. I put 3 gold on the table.
He kind of blinks. And under his breath, he says something. Do you try to listen?
Yes.
Okay. Perception.
Can I also perceive this?
Yeah.
I have perceived this.
Okay. So,
12.
Arturo, you do perceive this. As he mutters underneath his breath, "Wow, that was easier than I thought."
I repeat what I said before to the metalwork. You cannot put a price on stimulating the economy of a town that has just lost its place of worship.
He nods and he says, I do agree. Yeah, I'll get to working on that right away, but first, my other customer here. You there. What can I help you with?
Did I hear him say the thing under his breath?
You did not. You heard him say something, but you did not catch what.
Oh, I just came here to follow him. I'm not particularly here to buy anything. I already bought my daggers. Perfect for interrogating.
Understandably so. Then, my metal friend, is there anything else I can help you with, or will that be all?
I will leave you with the dagger, so you have a point of reference.
He nods as he says, well, thank you. This will come in handy.
I will be back in the morning. Thank you for doing business with me.
He nods and he says, thank you as well. And as you guys exit the establishment, you're going to be seeing Seven and Shaka at the obelisk in the center of town as they are simply observing it. Do you guys do anything as you see them?
What?
I go and I try to see, like, I just stand next to them and see what they're looking at. Just like do exactly what they're doing.
I'm gonna go up to them and be like, what y'all doing?
Well, oh, go ahead.
Exploring the prayer thing. This is new. I like it.
It's a rock.
It's not a stupid boulder.
It's
a rock.
It's than just a rock.
It rocks. It is a big rock that has a lot of carvings. It's really fascinating.
Well, on the topic of rocks, I think this is a good stopping point. It is getting late. That said, we'll probably pick up at this point, unless you no longer want to talk about rocks. We can move on to like the inn next time and the interrogation then after. But that said, post-session commentary. Do you guys have anything to say? Questions, comments, concerns?
No, nothing in particular. I'm having a lot of fun still.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right. What I will say is we are in a moment of downtime, and you can probably expect us to do downtime a lot throughout the game. If there's anything that you want to do between now and the next time we play, because I'm aware that we've got Thanksgiving next week, which we won't be able to play for that, and then the week after that, I believe there's MFF going on, so some of you won't be able to be around for that as well. So, we're going to be going on a 2-week break. In that time, if you want to hit me up in DMs, obviously I won't stream any personal downtime, but we can hit up each other in a call. We can talk about what you guys want to do, and in between that time frame, you're more than welcome to do whatever you want. This is your downtime, so.
All right.
It could be tomorrow in game time. It could be 3 days in game time when you next talk to Jaegar Vold. But we'll talk about that. We'll get everybody on the same page when we get back to playing. And I mean, yeah, you've got this entire town at your disposal.
But in the meantime, slide into Trey's DMs. Oh my.
Yes, it is a dark place full of dread and curses and dark magic. So good luck.
His DMs are lubed up and ready for you to just slide on in.
I have counterspell.
Ah, shit. But yeah, any other questions, comments, concerns about the session?
No, I'm good.
We now have a new friend, so. Well, with the silence, I don't think there's a lot of other words to be said, so I guess we shall raid out. Who's on right now?
A lot of people, because Pokemon came out this weekend.
Yeah, I made this commentary earlier when I popped into Ari's stream. I was like, yo, someone who isn't playing Pokemon, holy shit. But let's take a look here first, and we can kind of discuss who is on. But yeah, no problem, Ari. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody else for showing up as well. Do you guys have any suggestions of who to raid?
No,
All my friends are asleep.
I don't need friends. They disappoint me.
It looks like Midori is playing Fatal Frame.
Ooh.
I don't know. Woozy is playing Splatoon 3.
Okay, we can go drop into Midori's stream and say hello. Let's tell him, how about the perp has been brought to justice? Or if you guys got a cooler raid message than that, then, by all means.
I always say piss raid when I raid into Midori.
Okay, that works. Let's go and piss raid him. Alright, raid has been started, so I will catch you guys next time. I might actually pop on stream again here in a little bit and do some more Digimon Survive. But, yeah. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, though. I think I need to shower and get some food. But yeah.
Alright, you do well.
Ah, no! Alright, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. Out.
Peace.
See ya.
We adore you all.
And...